Alexander Mitrovic now is the option. Guys, is it this bad? Goodness gracious me. Well, United is that gift that doesn't stop giving. Now, Mitrovic has emerged as an option for Manchester United. Now, honestly, God, where do I even start? How on earth do you go from Victor Gyökeres, Victor Osimhen, Liam Delap, Mateta, Benjamin Sesko, and now Alexander Mitrovic? If you don't know who Alexander Mitrovic is, I'm here to remind you. You might have forgotten so fast. Let me first remind you that the internet is gold. That is a song today. You've got to embrace it. How does the internet work? We spend a lot of time there. Are you earning from it, or you look at it as just having fun, banter, social media? Guys, people are killing it there. Learn how it's done. Come and learn from wherever you are. But let's get back to this shock. Manchester United, according to reports coming in now, is looking at £40 rated Alexander Mitrovic, who now plays in Al Hilal. Al Hilal, guys, of all clubs, the same club wanting to take Bruno Fernandes and Simone Inzaghi, is the club this guy plays for. He's a striker there. And United have been linked with him now that it seems all options are falling away. All options seem to be falling apart. I feel like sometimes these player agents use Manchester United and some of these big clubs to just give relevance to their players so that in the transfer market, people think about them, because probably no one who in the world could have thought of Mitrovic. No one. This guy played for Newcastle. That should be the biggest club he played for. He failed in Newcastle. They loaned him to Fulham. Then he later balled in Fulham, honestly. Until 2023, he was scoring goals. I think he made his biggest name at Fulham. Then, 2023, he goes to Al Hilal to make money. Now, 2 seasons later, he's being linked to return to the Premier League and to Manchester United at a time when United is rebuilding. He's 30, meanwhile, this Serbian. United is rebuilding. We know that the biggest issue United has had is a striker. I don't care what profile of a striker Mitrovic is. Probably he has got the physique, the energy, the agility that Amorim would want. I don't care. He's just not the striker you sign now when you're leading a new project. We are talking of moving on from signing old players who will just make a stop to add it to their CV and their history that I played for Man United. We are moving away from that, and you're signing Mitrovic in a window where people are hoping for Gyökeres or Osimhen, for the likes. When clubs like Chelsea are snatching away players like Liam Delap and now showing serious interest in a €100 million rated boy who was linked with Man United in Hugo Ekitike. When Arsenal is benching and doing anything to sign Benjamin Sesko and another striker, probably Gyökeres, United, you're there talking of Mitrovic. Now, it should be illegal. It should be illegal. And you see, I told you with this Man United, you don't rule out anything. Anything can happen. What seems to be the serious report or rumor could actually turn out to be true with Man United. That's why when you hear these reports, don't just rebuff them. Don't just rebuff them. It could be true. Anything could happen. But how shocking would it be for Manchester United to spend £40 million on Mitrovic when the same amount of money can get you Mateta from Crystal Palace, or even any other striker, any other proven striker, at least for now, currently in the Premier League? I wouldn't fathom that. But that points to the thing that maybe it's becoming increasingly difficult for players to buy into whatever is going on at the club, whatever is happening. Maybe players fear the Amorim system, or they just don't like the whole pressure around the club. That players now that have got options, because before there was not so many clubs that a player would think of if Man United came flattering you. United comes flattering you even if you know you're not going to be a starter, you're going to be a 10th option of a striker, you will want to play for United. Now, it's no longer that. There are options. There are Chelsea, there is Newcastle. So all these other clubs can offer the same amount of money United can. In any case, United is even broker than most now in terms of financial fair play. That's what I mean, what they can spend on players. But also, these clubs are performing better than United. United is the worst surviving team in the Premier League after Spurs. So you probably feel the allure for top players is is seriously not there, and that's why they're now resorting to players who would really be honored to play for Man United. Sort of a desperacy. If that's the case, guys, it's not good on the face for our ego, and of course for the ego of Man United. But perhaps it's what we could need for Man United to refocus and really be humble and give time to the young players. Because for me, signing Mitrovic, you would rather stick to this boy Chido Obi, have Chido Obi lead the line, then get a strike on loan and loan out Rasmus Højlund and just keep nurturing these players. But if you cannot attract the good quality players, who will bring the hope? Because you see, any player Man United signs now sort of brings hope, especially for a striker. You sign any striker United signs now, must be it. Because the hope there will be a false hope. And if that striker is not good enough, he is going to be buried before he starts. First 2, 3, 4 games, no goal, fans are going to call him out, and immediately, that player will be destroyed. So it's a very difficult time, really, if you think about it. It's a very difficult time to be a Man United supporter. I'm actually thinking of what could be going on in the mind of Ruben Amorim, seeing the situation of how difficult it could be for him to sign the players he would want or to convince them to join him. If you think about it, how difficult could it be? But I really think Mitrovic is not going to be it. It's not happening. I hope it doesn't. But these are reports. If it does, don't say, well, you didn't talk about it. I have, because this is United, where anything can happen. But in terms of the other things that are bound to happen, are quite imminent. The departure of Bruno Fernandes is still ripe. Sancho and his status, the thing is, Chelsea seem to be happy with him. They seem to be contemplating going into talks with him to agree a pay cut. If they can fit him into their payment structure, then they will trigger the option to buy him, or the obligation to buy him for 25 million quid from Man United. So that should be our prayer. And for Bruno, Al Hilal are still waiting, but what's true is that talks have been going on with his agent, and it seems clear now that Bruno is considering the offer. So, fingers crossed, Bruno could be leaving. For me, by the way, somehow I plan without Bruno. The future of Man United, I plan without Bruno. When I think United. When I envision United, whatever I think of, I think without Bruno, because I strongly believe he will be taking the cash and moving on to perhaps find not greener pastures per se, but more money, because £700,000 per week, really, for anyone is insane. It's insane. There is no way you can refuse to get that money. No, unless you don't play football for money. I mean, what then do you play it for? Are you the son of the richest man in Portugal, or what? You've got to earn that money. And he's now, according to what we get, he's discussing now with his family to see what would be the best option, because the family is important in this, because you don't get me from Manchester, England, from Lisbon to Manchester, England, and then you take me to Riyadh or whatever in Saudi. You just, you need to prepare me for that. It's not something you just do out of nowhere. So that's the case with Man United. A bit of a wrap-up of what's going on for now. A bit shocking, I should say, but again, a lot is being cooked now. We're waiting to see. We'll be following it down to the bone here on the United of Sport, just like I will be reminding you down to the bone every day of your need to understand this business called the internet and learn how to earn from it. If you're not, I'm waiting for you on the number down there. From whichever part of the earth you're watching, you're seeing me, or hearing my voice from, come and learn how to earn online if you don't know how to already. Cheers.